Moving on to the University of Cincinnati and head coach Tommy Tuberville. The Bearcats are 6-2 overall, 3-1 in the American Athletic Conference. Cincinnati was in action this past Wednesday at Memphis. Cincinnati won the game 34-21. This Saturday, Cincinnati is at home at Nippert Stadium against SMU. That will be a noon Eastern Time start on ESPN Regional and the American Athletic Conference game of the week. Coach, thanks for joining us on the call. If you could take a minute to tie up last week's win at Memphis, and let us know what you can expect back at home against SMU Saturday, please.
Thank you very much. It's good to get back to a regular routine of playing a game on Saturday. When you play a game on Wednesday, it worked out pretty good for us. We had 10 days to prepare and then 10 days to prepare for this next game against SMU. At this point in the season, we probably needed the rest, but it was a good win against Memphis on the road. We had not played very well on the road up until that point. Still made a lot of mistakes, but I thought our offense and defense played well together. A couple of crucial mistakes in the kicking game. We're still not the team that we could be. We're still learning, work in progress. Proud of our quarterback. We had a young, true freshman safety, Zach Edwards, that was named Defensive Player of the Week in our conference, and really proud of that. A true freshman playing as well as he's playing in the secondary has really made us a better football team. So there's some high points. Now getting ready for the month of November. One game in December. It'll be over before you know it. We're bowl eligible, and our goal was to be bowl eligible before we got to November, and it takes a lot of pressure off, and so now we can go play and see how well we can do against some good competition for the next 4 weeks.
Take questions for Coach Tuberville, please. Hit *1 on your telephone to join the queue. The operator will introduce you.
And we'll hear from Tom Groshen with Cincinnati Enquirer.
Hi, Coach. Hello there. Hey, could you expand a little bit on Zach Edwards and how he's playing? Obviously, it's rare for a true freshman to contribute this much in general. Just talk about him a little bit, if you would.
You know, Zach is a true high school freshman that was able to come to campus last January, so he had a spring practice. Didn't show us a whole lot. Very new to a college system. A guy that we knew had some athletic ability, but he has football sense. And for a safety, like your quarterback on offense, you've got to really understand, what you're doing, why you're doing it, and be able to improve. Well, he's really done that, and he hadn't been a surprise, but he's been a very needed surprise with the losses that we had in secondary last year from graduation. And we needed somebody like him to come along that was young, that's going to be around 3 more years after this, that can really help pretty much a young secondary in what we're playing with right now, and a lot of different players. So glad that he's stepped forward. He's gotten better each week. He's gained confidence, and he's become a very good tackler. I think that was going to be the knock on him coming into spring practice last year, really playing with the speed of the game that we see now from his high school days, going to college days. So really proud of Zach.
And next we'll move to Christopher Heidel with Herb FM Radio.
Hey, Coach Tommy, talk about playing against June Jones. You haven't played him before, but what have you seen on film?
Yeah, I coached against June my first game at Texas Tech. SMU came out and played us 3 years ago, and my first game at Texas Tech, he came in as the head coach, and he was throwing it almost every down. We were throwing it almost every down, so it was kind of an interesting day. But yeah, we've coached against each other one time, and it's been quite a while. The return game for that Texas Tech game was this year, so they opened up with them at the beginning of the season. So I've known June and coaching a long time. He kind of brought this style of offense to college and even pro football, of the short passing game, very fast, a lot of screen passes, all those things. And June's been innovative, and I've learned a lot from him. Learned a lot about when I was coaching defense, about trying to stop it, which is very, very hard to do. So June is a guy that's been around this business a long time, and he's got a lot of followers.
So talk about your first season. You're 6-2 right now. You're bowl eligible by before November, so that's a good goal that you set, and you achieved it. So what do you guys got to do to keep that momentum going? Because I know a lot of teams, when they get bowl eligible, they kind of, I don't want to say take off for November or December, and they get down to like a record 6-5. So what are you going to do to keep that going?
You know, that's exactly right. That happened to me 2 times at Texas Tech. We'd play a schedule and we'd either be 5-1 or 6-0, and then we'd lose the last 4 or 5 games. And November is a game or a month that everybody remembers. They don't remember what you did in the September, October. Everybody remembers what you've done in November, and I've told our team that. So we want to keep playing good football each week, try to improve. Our schedule is much more difficult this month than it was last month, playing SMU and at Rutgers, at Houston, and then Louisville here. We've got our work cut out for us, but I told our team, we want to worry about ourselves. Don't worry about who we're playing. We've got to get better in a lot of areas. We haven't played the type of football I think that we can play, and that's encouraging that we've won 6 games and still have a lot of room for improvement. So we're looking for our seniors to step up. This is the last time that most of them will put on a helmet and shoulder pads in the next couple of months, and we want them to go out the right way. So hopefully we can play better football and win a few more games.
Yeah, I have one last question. Talk about what do you guys? You say you're as a young team, and there's stuff you're still working on. Talk about the defense. What do you guys have to work on?
Well, we've been playing teams that hadn't thrown the ball as much as what we're getting ready to see. So we'll do some different things in the next month to play SMU and Houston, and very good quarterback at Rutgers, and obviously a great quarterback in Louisville. So we've got to be more balanced on our defense. We've didn't blitz a whole lot until the last couple of weeks, and then we turned into a little bit more of a pressure team. But you've got to be balanced. You've got to go out and understand that you've got to be able to play both kind of defenses, pressure and zone defenses, and that's what we've got to do. We've got to build more confidence in our team. Our kicking game has got to be much improved. We've really been up and down our kicking game, but really proud of our offense, how we've improved in the last 4 weeks. We've gone from an offense that had a tough time scoring against a couple of teams that really have struggled all year long to a team that gained 400 or 500 yards, scored in the 30s and 40s, and been pretty balanced. And we've got an identity now of being able to run and throw the football.
All right, good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
And do we have any other questions for Coach Tuberville, please? Coach, well, thank you for your time this week. Look forward to talking to you again next Monday.
Thank you.
All right, and that is Cincinnati against SMU at Nippert Stadium, noon Eastern Time start. That will be the ESPN Regional American Athletic Conference game of the week.